Different bookends of creation spirituality.
Do you
All
want
right.
to mute
Welcome,
all?
everyone,
I don't know.
to First Sundays.
Mute.
And we're going to start by just a quick definition of what is creation spirituality. Creation spirituality is honoring all of creation as original blessing. Creation spirituality integrates the wisdom of Eastern and Western spirituality and global indigenous cultures with emerging scientific understanding of the universe and the passion of creativity. It is both a tradition and a movement, celebrated by mystics and agents of social change from every age and culture. It is also the tradition of the historical Jesus himself, since it is the Western tradition of Israel. Okay, welcome. This is our team tonight. Shelley's name is not on there, but she is our team member tonight too. Carolyn, Michael, Patty, me, Lori, and Shelley. Charlie is not with us tonight. Gallery view is the best way to see everyone. You can make gallery larger by sliding the double lines in the center of your screen to the left or to the right. If you don't know how to do that, raise your hand and one of us will help you with that. Please feel free to use the chat button at the bottom of your screen if you have any questions, responses, or comments. We will have questions related to the topic being presented, followed by breakout groups for sharing time and small group discussion. We'll meet for about 75 minutes.
So this month, June, the 6th month, we're focusing on the 6th principle of creation spirituality. And so every one of us is a mystic. We can enter the mystical as much through beauty, via positiva, as through contemplation and suffering, the via negativa. We are born full of wonder and can recover it at any age. That's the part that gives me the hope. Tonight's celebration, next slide. Okay, there you are. Tonight's celebration is tied to our conference theme of justice because, as Matt Fox often says, the opposite of evil is not good. The opposite of evil is awe and the sacred. Our gathering speakers invited us to awe, and this is what we will share to strengthen our community of justice seekers. Next slide. Lori.
I'm not really seeing any. I'm not seeing any slides. Are other people seeing slides?
Yes, Roxanne. Maybe your view needs to be adjusted. Try that.
Try a side by
Keep going.
side gallery.
Maybe it's the hat.
Keep
Where's
going,
the
Lori.
name on it?
Lori.
Okay. As we take the time today to welcome ourselves into this circle, please introduce yourself by stating the following aloud, or if you are uncomfortable introducing yourself aloud, you may use the chat box instead to introduce yourself. So we'd like to know the name you wish to be called, the pronouns you would like used to refer to you, where on the planet you are speaking from, the names of the ancestors who live or have lived on the land on which you reside today. And if you don't know who the ancestors that used to reside on your land are, you can go to an app called native-land.ca. And if you put in your information, I think just your zip code, it will let you know who the ancestors that were on your land, who they are. Mine is the Manahoic and the Shawnee. So we'll take a few minutes to do that now. And so you'll have to unmute yourself and share, and we'll just go popcorn style, I guess. Just
I'd recommend that you call on someone else, invite someone else to share. Because we have so many people in the circle.
yes.
Well, and
So-
some of us has used the chat as well. So
That's great. So if do we want to use the chat since we have so many?
I think, yeah. I
Yes?
think we
Okay,
have to go to the chat, yeah.
in your chat. All right, I'll share
Yeah.
again
Okay.
and look at the chat, folks, for all of that.
Yeah. Oh my God. Data. Data. Data's from Queensland.
All right. Look at this chat filling up with folks.
Wow.
Welcome. Welcome from,
Readers.
yeah. Welcome from New Jersey, land of the Lenape.
so good to see so many of you here tonight.
Wow.
So,
That's amazing.
Right.
I put your name down.
Okay, thank you. You want any more of this?
No, I'm done.
I think naming the native peoples has resulted in a litany of dozens of different peoples. It's amazing. Amazing. I think the United States government only recognized like 300 or 320 tribes or something, and that
It's
doesn't
it's
even,
540, I think.
is
that
it?
Tribes are recognized, but probably just as many not.
Exactly, exactly. At least that number are missing from recognition, from official recognition. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
wow.
So,
I'll continue.
yeah, continue, Lori.
Okay.
Thank you.
When you're finished
Oh.
introducing yourself in the chat box, please allow yourself time to look around the virtual circle so that we can all look at each other using the gaze of Darshan, making eye contact with the holiness in each of us. Darshan is the loving gaze that restores both the giver and the received. Thank you for joining the circle. You are all welcome in this circle. You are welcome, whoever you are, however you identify racially, whoever your people are, wherever you are from, and whatever beliefs guide your purpose in your life. Welcome. Aho. Okay. And now, if you have a candle, hopefully you still have a candle. I have a bit left from the gathering. It didn't burn all the way down. We're going to take a few moments. As we've now welcomed those who are sharing this virtual circle with us, let us move more deeply into our connection with Creator. You are invited to take a few slow, deep breaths. Invite your body to relax and to soften anything that has become too tight within. Shake yourself out a bit. Become more comfortable in your skin. Follow the rising and falling of your breath. Center in your personal rhythm. Invite yourself in your own way to turn your awareness toward the vital life force that is within and all around you, and the vital love force that binds the universe together. Hold a moment in stillness with me. Let the stillness surround you. Invite yourself to become present to the deep reservoir of life that resides in this stillness. As a symbol of this renewed connection with our Creator, if it feels comfortable to you, we invite you to light a candle. You can light a real candle, or hold the picture of a candle, or find a candle on your cell phone, or simply imagine your thumb as a candle and imagine lighting it. All of these lights remind us of the one light, the first light, our connection to the first beginning, the great flaring forth of creation. We acknowledge this light and remember that everything in the known universe has its origin in a single point of light. We all stand together in the light of creation. Next slide, Shelley. At this time, you may remain seated or you may stand so that you can turn your body to face the 7 sacred directions. Today, we honor the 7 sacred directions together. First, please turn to the east, the dawn of the day, and all of the ancestors and wisdom teachers from the east. Please turn to the south, the fullness of the day, and all of the ancestors and wisdom teachers from the south. Now turn to the west. We honor the direction of the west, the dimming of the day, and all of the ancestors and wisdom teachers from the west. Now let's turn to the north. We honor the direction of the north, the darkness of the night, and the shining of the stars, and all of the ancestors and wisdom teachers from the north. Now, if you look inward, we honor the Creator that we experience within us. As the fire of the human heart, we give thanks. Now, as we look upward, we honor Creator that we have experienced above us in the radiance of heaven. As we look down, we honor Creator that we experience below us in the firmness of the earth. Remind us, Creator, of our purity in creation, that we may never hesitate to perform your service. Aho. Thank you.
Mm.
Aho.
Mhm.
Thank you, Lori. Perhaps Shelley, if you want to spotlight Michael, that will, and then we can just check and make sure everybody can hear me.
I'm going to stop share for just one moment.
Sure.
Should I share again, or I think this is probably a good idea to just see you.
That sounds great. Welcome, everyone. we have a chance to sing together. Obviously, we can't do it with our unmuted collection of voices, but we can do it independently. And as I said yesterday, yeah, it was yesterday. As I said yesterday, I think it really benefits the whole world, even all the plants and things in our homes, to hear us singing. So the opportunity to sing a song together warms us up, or warms up our voices, our breath, and our hearts, and gets us into our bodies in a new way. So I'll sing a line and we'll sing it back, and we'll put together a song together here. And I'm gonna sing my prayers for freedom. Your turn. And I'm gonna sing my prayers for freedom. My turn. And I'm gonna sing my prayers for freedom. It's your
Sing
turn.
my prayers for freedom.
Okay, and I'm gonna sing my prayers for freedom. Your turn. And I'm gonna sing my prayers for freedom. Sing my prayers for freedom for all to see. Sing my prayers for freedom for all to see. So the first three lines are identical. They just have a phrase, and I'm gonna sing my prayers for freedom, and I'm gonna sing my prayers for freedom, and I'm gonna sing my prayers for freedom, sing my prayers for freedom for all to see. Let's see if we can put it together. I'll try to throw in some words to help you along the way if we need it. And I'm gonna sing my prayers for freedom, 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 sing my prayers for freedom for all to see. Try it again. Let's put it together. And I'm gonna sing my prayers for freedom, and I'm gonna sing my prayers for freedom, and I'm gonna sing my prayers for freedom, sing my prayers for freedom for all to see. So the opportunity to take that song and immediately turn it into something that our bodies can engage in as well is the way that we take our prayers and make them more full, more present. And it's actually, then it reminds us what we're doing. Even when we're doing the gesture, it reminds us. So I'll throw out some gestures. You can make up your own, of course, but it's just an opportunity for us to then say, what could we do with our bodies to make these voices and these words come to life? And I'm going to sing my song, sing my prayer of freedom, and I'm gonna sing my prayers of freedom, and I'm gonna sing my prayers of freedom, sing my prayers of freedom for all to see. And I'm gonna sing my prayers of freedom, and I'm gonna sing my prayers of freedom, and I'm gonna sing my prayers of freedom, sing my prayers of freedom for all to see. And I'm gonna sing my prayers of freedom, and I'm gonna sing my prayers for freedom, and I'm gonna sing my prayers for freedom, sing my prayers for freedom for all to see. And I'm gonna sing my prayers for freedom, and I'm gonna sing my prayers for freedom, and I'm gonna sing my prayers for freedom, sing my prayers for freedom for all to see. 'Cause love is always watching. That much. 'Cause love is always watching. 'Cause love is always watching. 'Cause love is always watching. Carolyn.
Indeed, love is always watching. And thank you for that, Michael. So we have joined together in a virtual circle, and we've opened our conscious connection now to the Creator. And we've now enlivened and embodied our bodies through body prayer. And now we're going to turn to a time in which we have an opportunity to share what we've been going through as individuals and collectively as community. We have a chance for us to speak right now about where we are. When you come in today, you brought concerns with you, you brought prayers with you, you brought all kinds of things with you. And this is where we want you to share that. We want to know what's going on with you. So we're going to be using the chat box for this sharing, and we're going to go through the 4 paths. We do ask that you are respectful in terms of what you learn from other people and to keep confidentiality. And as a way of honoring, we will have some of our responses read aloud. And so now, using the chat box, describe where you have experienced awe and wonder or gratitude in the past week, month, or even year. And again, use the chat box for this.
Yeah, right, right. Careful. Maybe we should blow it out. I think we should.
Hawks, hummingbirds, birds at our feeders. We celebrated flower communion this morning and shared flowers with each other and appreciated the beauty and significance of flowers fostering life on the planet. Birds and butterflies, it created awe and wonder. Awe in listening and identifying bird song, connecting with friends new and old, newly planted flowers in my garden. Celebrating 1 year of attending First Sundays since last year's gathering, so grateful. Reading Order of the Sacred Earth, the international work of creation spirituality communities, having the opportunity to connect with so many like-minded and beautiful people. Young people graduating on their own paths. The ocean. Mel's opening prayer and invocation on Friday, so thankful. In the woods and my garden, the clouds in the open sky shaping. Driving today through the state of Connecticut countryside. Baby birds have fledged from a nest on my porch. The beautiful sun led me to experience the encompassing love of God. Gratitude for being with loving community who walk together. Viewing the San Francisco Bay, the ever-changing light on the water, my pollinator garden, service berries and blueberries. I am in awe of Patty McGrath, and I am in total awe of all the amazing people that helped to make this weekend possible. All the techies, all the folks who were on the committee, we love you. Thanks so much. I experienced gratitude and joy at my granddaughter's 4th birthday. Deep in rainforest of Costa Rica, so lush creatures, beautiful birds, deep-hearted people. Grateful for a wonderful gathering in the woods of friends of silence, dancing, drumming, sharing. Communities of depth and love, the leadership of CSC, and all the teachers of creation spirituality. I experienced awe at the crescent moon last night. Learning so many things. I recently spent a month traveling in Rapa Nui, Chile, and Peru, including Machu Picchu, connecting to ancient and still living indigenous peoples on a trip I'd wanted to do for many, many years. The beautiful integration of the opposites. A dear friend who wants to go on a pilgrimage in Ireland with me and help me coordinate the group. Differentiation, the path to evolution. Gratitude for being alive and able to see the beauty of the world. Gratitude for magnolia gardens and the cool breeze that blew across our faces while finding synchronicities of art, ancestors, animals, and connections. I'm experiencing awe and wonder every day more and more. Sometimes I have to tone it down because it just becomes overwhelming. Just starting the day on Penelope's Catio with I can't, it's blocked. With her Penelope's Catio with her starts it off every day as we watch the lizards, birds, and bunnies and the beauty of the flowers and the butterflies. Sorry for that, Tom. I got blocked trying to read it. The 8th grade class of Sacred Heart School who spent the morning with Michael Doyle House on Friday and the gathering last night. Gratitude for Harvard graduation ceremony, which gave me hope for the future. A friend who honored collaboration and creativity and poetry. Growing in awareness of the flow of divine love, healing, creativity, and diverse oneness in the sacred process of the eternal present moment. Pure poetry.
So much for us to be in awe of, so much for us to be grateful for. If only that were all there was, but it isn't. It really isn't. And so now comes a time for us to look into the darker places of what we're going through, any mystery, grief, emptiness, or anything else you're experiencing that's unknown to you that you don't understand. Go ahead and use the chat box for the sharing, and also name any loved ones who are in particular need of our prayers.
Lori?
Yeah, I'm going back to the first one. I'm sorry. Let's see. Grandson graduated with BS, very grateful, had major surgery, went well. Gratitude for incredible sunrises and sunsets. Gratitude for my 3 groups where I facilitate and share the oneness of the universe. The enduring genocide in Gaza. The terrible flood in Nigeria. Seeing the starving people and children in Gaza struggling to the limited food being delivered breaks my heart. Concern over my husband Mike's health. My daughter recently diagnosed with myasthenia gravis. All transitions are hard. Grief and sadness over so much loss and so many beings gone. Learning that children today are deprived of free play that helps them to develop healthy coping skills for life. The misdirection of our beloved country. My husband has some unexpected issues. Dear ones experiencing health challenges, including longtime COVID community member Catherine Browning. The hunger in Gaza. A friend's son caught in addiction and despair lost some part of his soul years ago. My sister and niece who are sick. My sister Robbie's health, Gaza. Climate disasters around the world. Cycles of trauma and abuse that go on and on and on. Diminishment in health of so many friends and family. Sadness for systems that strangle those I love with cold-heartedness and awareness of pain, and so many who are hungry and alone. The dark specter of global community being attacked by an evil mafia. The increasing number of friends living with cancer in various stages, including palliative. My heart aches. Dan in Colorado, who was diagnosed with severe myasthenia gravis, still suffering with double vision. Miss Maureen Sequeira, a spinster who is experiencing severe loneliness, needs prayer. Enduring genocide in Gaza, war in Ukraine, senseless idiocy in our government. My countrymen who are struggling, wondering why some humans feel they are entitled over others and over other fellow creatures. Medicaid gone, priorities of our country so blatantly immoral, dictatorships, empire systems, inequities. Mourning the shared U.S. values I grew up with, seeming to be fading into cruelty. All the wars, destroying of North American hardwood forests and the rainforest. My friend and her relationship with her son. For Michelle, who begins cancer treatment tomorrow. Children chronically sleep deprived from schedules that don't allow for adequate sleep. Sadness for our sisters and brothers suffering wars, injustice, and poverty around the world. Friends suffering in Gaza. They also remind me as well of awe and wonder as they somehow continue to model resilience and care despite all that they have endured. The government's canceling of life-saving medical research. Death of species. The degradation of Mother Earth. Our dedicated federal workers who have been needlessly fired and us losing their gifts and talents. The corruption we are witnessing in the music industry and Hollywood by way of all of the revelations from the Puff Diddy trial. Such evil, so many young people abused. The illusion of separateness, which gives rise to so much cruelty, rage, and suffering. My entire professional career was with vulnerable populations, both in clinical practice and research. I can't help but mourn for what is happening to frail elders and women with developmental disabilities. The Antichrist is shredding our country and our environment. Severe poisoning, ivy skin rash, poison ivy skin rash, learning to respect all around, to be more present. Ivy protects our environment.
Sometimes it's by way of the negativa that we figure out ways to protect the environment. And so now we're moving into the creativa. So in the midst of so much change, we are being called in different ways to give birth to new creations. And so now using the chat box, please name any place in your life where you are being called out to be creative, where you are being called to expand your creativity, or name other people whose creativity you seek to support. Again, use the chat box.
This weekend was a creative work of great beauty. Called to begin an eco ministry at 2 churches with which I am connected, helping to connect my community in healing practices. My goddaughters and I are going to create a fairy garden for the neighborhood in our front garden. I am often called upon to deliver sermons at my church, and I focus on the universal consciousness and interdependent web of existence of which we are all a part. Gathering speakers for my church's services, leading Earth Wisdom Dance Chapel on Tuesdays. New opportunities to share my music for Earth Care. Discerning what is mine to do and having the courage to act, to stand up for our democracy. planning a community labyrinth walk for the solstice, painting as meditation, sharing contributions to the transformational community. Science and spirituality are directly connected. Publishing my new book, Containing Climate Change to Save Us, on Amazon.com. Gardening pollinators and sharing fruit with friends, family, and neighbors. Sponsoring programs on how to be neighbors. Labyrinth walks planned at the Piedmont Botanical Garden, Mountain Light Retreat Center, Shrine Mont Tabor, etc. I'm in ecstasy as I plan. Proposed course called Thinking Globally, Acting Locally at the Community College. Preparing for showing of ceramic pieces. Continue building the Ecozoic community in St. Louis. Serve the community as a ritualist and celebrant. The wonderful initiative of pro bono coaching for fired federal workers. Thousands of coaches volunteering their time to support these wonderful leaders. Called to continue teaching plant-based nutrition for health and wellness. And for those suffering with myasthenia gravis, check out that nutrition and research of Dr. Roy Swank, deceased, who showed that plant-based nutrition slowed and put into remission some symptoms from that disease. I am sketching those who are showing great resilience in the face of having been hurt by U.S. injustice, including Palestinians and immigrants and incarcerated persons telling their stories. Conversations about the principles of creation spirituality, cosmogenesis, and teaching feminist perspectives on scripture. Working to secure funding from city government for neighbors facing financial crisis. Maintaining faith in the presence of divine love and wisdom within and among us. I am in the process of creating an article on awe and wonder for the Children of the Universe project. Protesting regularly and sending postcards regarding upcoming elections. Sharing creation spirituality with my Quaker community with sacred chant and dance and the Abba Ima Qigong thanks to Kaleo Ching. Sharing the teachings of the late Reverend Dr. Wayne Schwant of blessed memory. Caring for the neighbors in my condo. CMCL, CMCS, and other properties for eco purposes. Coming up with programs to teach children the importance of caring for creation. Writing a children's book. The Ministry of Life and Holiness. The courage of those working fiercely for the continuation of democracy, creating a path to transcend pain and recover from a long year of unexpected health challenges, creating an integration of life experiences, songs, poems, performance, stories, observations to help anyone in transition. Study of my ancestors. I will start a new summer job on June 25th, providing food for all 1 to 18-year-olds in my school district who show up 4 days a week. Granddaughter has a business degree and focus is ecological development. My ongoing dream group has become a shared support group, a monthly update that is emailed to many who share and support the ethics and morals of a sacred earth.
Is that not just content right there? Have we not just preached? What an amazing statement of the creativity in this circle. Oh my goodness. And surely with all that creativity, we can transform. And so now we want to move into the Via Transformativa. This is a place where you want to talk about the transformation taking place in you and in others. And also a place to honor the transformation taking place in our culture, on our planet Earth, our social institutions, and also our deepest understanding. So again, use the chat box. Thank you.
Deep Time Journey Network for continuing learning all the ongoing discoveries of the universe. Contemplating, planning, an evensong that's different. I am leading a Sunday sessions of developing our compassion based on the Charter of Compassion. Speaking truth to power even when it is frightening. Shout out to Transformers Penny and Mark for their work, and also especially to Penny for that most moving talk she gave yesterday. Experiencing deep joy and peace in everyday moments in my life. Live solo, but not alone. Time for another email to my legislatures. Finding new parts of myself as I connect with creation spirituality. This vibrant community and all that you are all modeling for the world is wonderfully contagious. We have 15 congregations working together to transform our local community to be more compassionate with the homeless, children, and mentally handicapped. A beautiful integration of traumatic experiences into strength and source of my persona, charisma, gift to others. Protesting June 14th. Completed installation of 126 solar PV panels for green electricity for our Bedford Presbyterian Church in New Hampshire. The Worldwide Evolutionary Leaders Group coordinating efforts to send a unitive message. Congratulations to Kurt Johnson. Deep gratitude for Paul and all the work he is doing to celebrate and educate around watersheds, especially uplifting the Aboriginal elders and bringing youth along with this project. I love to see the community gardens springing up everywhere and climate defenders. Planning a summer camp for 40 inner city kids for June 23rd to the 27th. Pray for us. Gratitude for all in life. Transform, reform, transcend, forgive, accept, surrender, see more broadly, love more deeply. Growing through reading and discussion with a small group and contemplation groups on Zoom. Transformations taking place in a group of women and spiritual directors as they learn the universe story and women's perspectives. Continuing to study and learn about Andean spirituality. This weekend has continued to stretch me. For many who have supported the Antichrist, their eyes are opening to the truth of the destruction he and his regime are waging on our nation, world, and planet. May their eyes continue to shed the layers of false belief that they once made their own. Transformation is a daily process. I am in the process of recognizing and becoming more aware of the Creator who is the doer. The voices and gatherings of millions of people around the world for love, peace, justice, and freedom. Through my work, walking alongside people experiencing eco-grief, pet loss, and more, my heart has grown in its capacity to hold space, and I've become more resilient, tender, and more attuned to my own rhythms and those of others, and especially of the divine. We are all becoming Anam Cara doulas, midwifing the Ecozoic era, and in doing so, recognizing our place in the universe.
Well, there's no birthing without pain, and we sure got a lot of that going around too, which is all the more reason why we do want to greet one another now and meet in prayer. And so let's go ahead and turn our directions now into the divine. Infinite love, eternal source, never-ending wisdom. Our physical beings are born of stardust. Our immortal beings live in the breath of our Creator. We are the beloved children of the One. You hold us and welcome us where we are, your blessed and beloved creation. You join us in times we're filled with awe, wonder, and gratitude. You comfort us and connect with us when we feel alone through loss. And you inspire us to bring forth essential medicine for the soul. You offer creativity that heals and rejuvenates us. And you call us to justice making and to live beyond ourselves in service to the communities that we are a part of. Indeed, you embrace us just as we are in this moment, and we give thanks. Blessings. Aho. Amen.
Oh,
Michael?
Thank you so much, Carolyn, for holding the space for our prayer, our deep four-path prayer today. The opportunity to sing again and to take our prayer into our bodies. I'm just going to take a word or two and give us another version of our song here. And we're going to sing our songs for justice, and we're going to sing our songs for justice, and we're going to sing our songs for justice, sing our songs for justice for all to see. I think we'll be able to pick that up. And we're going to sing our songs of justice, and we're going to sing our songs of justice, and we're going to sing our songs of justice, sing our songs of justice for all to see. And we're going to sing our songs of justice, and we're going to sing our songs of justice, and we're going to sing our songs of justice, sing our songs of justice for all to see. And we're going to sing our songs for justice, and we're going to sing our songs for justice, and we're going to sing our songs for justice, sing our songs for justice for all to see. Sing our songs of justice for all to see. 'Cause love is always watching. 'Cause love is always watching. Lori.
Thank you, Michael. At this time, I'm going to share a reading with you from the book Christian Mystics, 365 Readings and Meditations by Matthew Fox. And this one I selected because it has so much to say about mystics and mysticism. And it is numbered 195 in the book, if any of you have that. And the extremes of imagination, the poet and the saint concur. Poetry, like sanctity, is the orchestration of multiple attributes into vast, compelling wholes. The mystic speaks. What impels him is his whole incentive, the fascination. Obsessed by enchantment, tantalized by the imperceptible, he yields up his reason to his instinct, and his instinct, liberated, guides his intelligence. Fruitification takes him. He grapples God on earth, God in the sea, God in the sky. He smells them out in bed. At the table of the Lord, he eats divinity, devours God's flesh. He's insatiable because the food that feeds him incites him in his hunger. Fascinans, the divine obsession, God beyond God, calls to the ineffable consummations. All among the haystacks of the summer nights, the Shulamite, divine wisdom, enchants the soul. That was written by William Everson. And then Matthew Fox's response. Poetry and holiness go together, Everson tells us. Fascination, enchantment, instinct, and intelligence take hold of the mystic and the poet. Divine wisdom enchants their souls and inspires a divine obsession. Have you ever felt the pull of a divine obsession in your life? When have you let the mystic and the poet emerge in you? Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. Now we're moving more into our content. And as we do so, we will be moving into smaller groups. We want to hear a little bit from you about your experience over the weekend. Our title of the weekend was Gathering to Transform the Way of Justice. And the title of our sixth principle has to do with Everyone is a Mystic. So our challenge today is to take that everyone is a mystic and gathering to transform the way of justice and put those two things together. Just reminding ourselves that mysticism is a two-headed coin. You have the contemplative side, the artist meditation side, but you also have the active side, the justice making side. And maybe your justice making is sitting on a cushion, wishing for spirit, not wishing, but intentionally willing spirits to be moving in certain directions. And that's an important part too. So I don't want in any way to dismiss the power of contemplation. But for our purposes, when we talk about the way of justice, it's also about the changes that need to be made now on our planet, the changes that need to be made in us as individuals, in our culture, and in our understanding on a larger level. So these changes really, they're imperative that they start now. And so as we move into small groups, we want to hear from you. Where are you being called out to be a mystic and to gather, to transform? How are you going to experience this? And as usual, we're going to be using our same three questions, which we'll review for you in just a minute. I'm pretty sure most of you remember them. But before we do that, let's do a quick review of our respect guidelines. Keep in mind, R, take responsibility for what you see and feel without blaming others. E, use empathetic listening. S, be sensitive to differences in communication styles. P, ponder what you hear and feel before you speak. E, examine your own assumptions and perceptions. C, keep confidentiality. And T, trust ambiguity, because we're not here to debate who's right or wrong. And so as we move into small groups, you do have a choice. If you do not want to be in a small group, of course, you can choose out and be in the regular room. And we do ask that if you do that, that you engage some kind of artist meditation or contemplative practice to help integrate the materials that we've been discussing. So Zoom will randomly assign you to a group. You'll have 15 minutes to share in your group, and you'll receive a 1-minute callback reminder. Again, you can decline the meeting if you wish to do so, but we'll move right on because we had a very rich sharing earlier, and we do want to get on with this. So thank you, Shelley, for we're putting up our 3 questions here. Remember, what surprised you as we're contemplating this idea of mysticism and transforming through justice? What has surprised you? What has spoken deeply to you? And what do you still have questions about? So Shelley, thank you.
So those breakout rooms are open. Just go ahead and click join on that invitation. If you have any questions, let me know. Mm.
Sorry, Shirley, I apparently hit the wrong button. Can you put me back in? I think it was 6. It's where Marianne is.
Okay, hold on 1 second. 6, Bob. Hold on, don't do something for just a second because I gotta move you to 1 and then move you back to 6. There you go.
Oh,
Now you can click yes for 6.
thanks.
Hi, if you just jumped on, just want to let you know we're in small groups right now. I can assign you to the small group for the last like 5 minutes of it if you'd like that. Just let me know. Oh, that's my timer.
Hi. No, I'm okay. I'm sorry I got in late. So
That's okay.
I can wait for 5 minutes.
That's great. Just let me know.
Thank
Or
you.
next 5 minutes less than that. No problem. Yeah.
Thank you
Thanks,
so much.
Sophia.
Thank you.
Yeah, just let me know. It's great. Good to see you.
Okay.
Pardon me while I eat my dinner. So small groups will close in about 45 seconds.
If you accidentally hit that button, they close right away.
Well, if you hit the button and leave, yeah. Yeah, that does happen. Otherwise, they automatically close with that countdown.
I'm hoping the person speaking doesn't think it was commentary on their sharing.
Oh, hopefully not. Hopefully not. I'm gonna stop share for a moment while we come back. Hi, y'all. Good evening, good evening. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Well, I think, Michael, you were just about to say something about how you couldn't imagine any of this without a community. And maybe you're going to say something else, but I just love it.
Great. So welcome back all. Thank you so much for spending today with us and for the last 3 days. One of the things we always talk about at this point is how can we share our gifts? And perhaps that's what was happening in the groups that you were just talking about. How do we expand it and allow it to become more? And so I always talk about time, treasure, and talent. And so if you're interested in being a part of the community that prepares these Sunday First Sunday worships. We would love to have you come teach. We would love to have you come lead song. We would love to have you come lead prayer. We would love to have you help us shape what it is that we're trying to do, just to give people a place to go, to be on Sundays once a month, to allow them. And the weekend was made so affordable. We talked about, well, could we charge $10 for each of the times? Could we charge $5 for each of the times? And we landed on the 5. And so that was an exciting thing. And then we offered it for free, because the point is to have it be available to everyone. And so to the extent that there's the opportunity for you to share in that way as well, nobody here gets paid. We're all doing it for the love of it. And so to the extent that there's a way for you to support us being able to maintain the Zoom website, maintain our work, that would be great. And there will be, I think, a slide that will allow us to do that at the cscommunities.org. And of course, you can also mail it in. You'll get so much of this information back after you've joined tonight, and you'll have the opportunity to rewatch all of it. You'll have the opportunity to be a part of all of the 5 2-hour presentations or 2-hour events. And so we always say, if there's a chance to circulate your time, talent, and treasure, please know that that will be supported and used well here. And I think I pass it to Lori.
Michael, I think Joyce's hand is up.
Brilliant. I can't see that, but by all means, Joyce.
Yes, I've been reading the newsletters daily from Matthew Fox, but I hadn't heard about these first Sundays and first Thursdays. How do we get connected with those? What's a
Brilliant.
mechanism to connect?
So I would definitely go onto our website, and somebody can clarify, I think cscommunities.org. I think if you could go there, that's first stop. But chances are from this event, everybody will be mailed something that will have the link to all of those resources. And anybody who's participated in these 5 events this weekend, I believe, will receive. Maybe you have to request it. Ooh, I forget. I heard somebody say that you have to request, but otherwise, I think everybody's going to get a copy and access to requesting everything that was happened.
Yeah, and I think the reminder that went out today, Brian may have put a link to click on the newsletter, like to sign up for the newsletter. But we have your email address, and I put the email in the email address contact@cscommunities.org. I put that in the chat. If you can, you're able to save chat. If you go up to the 3 dots on top of the column, Joyce, and say save chat, you'll get the whole chat all saved, and you'll have that address. Besides which fact, I think I'll take the responsibility to email you to make sure you're okay, you're connected. Okay?
Brian also said that the link was in today's, and it will also be included in the resources letter that will follow after the gathering too. So make sure you read that. It will be in all those places.
Right. Yeah, we don't want to lose the connection that we have.
No.
This is precious, really.
Lori.
Put the slide back up, Pat. Shelley. Thank you, Shelley.
Kathy Marie's hand is also up. Maybe a couple of minutes for Kathy.
I just have a quick question. I'm a little confused. I get Matthew's newsletter every day. Is that the same newsletter you're talking about signing up for? No, it's different. Okay. Okay, and we'll get that in we'll get an email that will tell us exactly what that is.
We are Creation
Yes.
Spirituality Communities, and that is different than Matthew Fox Legacy Project. Those are 2 different things, but we are aligned with his purpose and vision. But
Okay.
we're the student-led group.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we are the fruit of
It's a good
Matthew's
question.
teaching. Yes, a good question, Kathy. Does anybody else have any other questions? Because we said we would go for up to 2 hours. So if anybody has any burning questions or something they want to share, there should be time for that. I don't want to cut it off. Anybody see any hands? I don't see any hands. Okay. All right, Lori, honey.
Okay. All right. Earlier, I mentioned those 2 lines in the middle of your screen. You might want to enlarge the gallery part and slide it over so that the slide itself is smaller, because you kind of want to see everybody as we do these next couple of things. So please place your hands over your heart, and this time stay on mute and repeat after me. The second time we do this, we will want to go off of mute so that we can hear everybody and bless everybody. But first, I'm going to read it a line at a time and have y'all follow, repeat after me. The truth of my being is as radiant as a star. The love within me is stronger than any other force in the universe. I am a beloved blessing of the Creator. Aho, blessed be. Amen. Now, unmute yourself. Make sure your gallery views such that you can see everyone. Keep one hand over your heart and put the other out so that we can all bless each other. And repeat these lines after me. The truth of your being is as radiant as a star.
Truth of your being is radiant as
a star.
The love within you is stronger than any other force in
The love within you is stronger than any other force in the universe.
You are a beloved blessing of the Creator.
You are
a
beloved
blessing of the Creator.
Aho, blessed be.
Oh,
blessed be. Amen.
Amen. And then we're going to take a few moments to extinguish our candles.
Dear.
We already.
Oh, dear.
House on put.
Well,
Okay. Now, as we come to the end of our time together, take your candle and transfer the light to your heart and send it forth to bless those who need blessings. Now, extinguish this flame even as our connection continues in spirit. Thank you all. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
This was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Blessings,
thank you for coming. Come back.
Patty, thank you so much for the
Okay.
love.
It was great.
Mel,
Great to see all of you.
Great,
Yeah.
great.
It was
what a
wonderful. to
blessing.
see so many
Thank you.
Yes.
spirits
Thank
on this
you.
journey. Wow, I hate to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Wish you all well.
We'll come back, Joanne.
Peace.
Hi,
Bye.
Joe
now.
Martin.
Take
Well,
care.
Daryl.
Be
Okay.
back.
Yeah, Earth Mama
Mel?
was with us. We come from a fireball. Earth Mama had joined us. That's wonderful.
Gotcha.
And we will
And
be
for
here
creating a
again.
fireball. All right, be well, everybody.
Oh,
We'll
yes.
meet again in a
Wow.
month.
Okay.
Mel?
You
We
know.
need to.
First Sunday
Mel?
next month, same time, same
Yes.
station.
Okay. Mel,
Thank
can
you,
you hang
guys.
on?
Same bad channel.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mel?
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you.
Where's
Okay.
Everyone.
Roxanne?
Thank you,
Denise said she
everyone.
was the one in Alpha.
I'm
Plus.
trying to get
What
Mel
did
to
you
pay
say-
attention
what
to
did
me
you
for
say,
a second.
Carolyn?
Yeah, I'm trying. I don't know what I'm paying attention to.
What did you say,
Roxanne?
Carolyn? Yes.
Do you want to share? Do you have?
No,
Yes.
I was calling out where's Roxanne. She was responding, and then Mel was. There was two things happening at the same
Yeah.
time. I just wanted to ask Roxanne what it was like to be the grandmother of this service, how you experienced it today.
I just experienced so much gratitude to all of you. the worship started almost in August. It'll be 5 years ago. And it started with, in the middle of the pandemic, I had this vision of what I was supposed to do. And I had just started recording sermons for a local church on Zoom. So I thought, why can't we do this for us? Especially we're so far apart from each other. So I was very skeptical, but I am obedient. And so I wrote an email to 5 people, starting it with, I know you're going to think this is crazy, but would you like to be part of starting, this thing? And we were starting it every Sunday. So it was a weekly time for us to put our hearts together and sustain each other when we were alone and afraid, which of course is analogous to now. But so to my total shock and amazement, every one of those 5 people said yes. And then it grew from there. So Michael was one of the original people. Carolyn was one of the original people. Lori joined very soon after. And your 5th birthday is coming up. So I'm so happy, and I just felt so touched.
Wow.
Well, it's really your baby, so you should feel touched.
Yeah, bless you.
It's like
Thanks,
watching
good
your grandchild graduate from high school.
I know, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. Thank you for asking, Carolyn. That's also very sweet of you.
So I see that Mudita has her hand up. Hi, Mudita.
Yes, Mudita.
Yes, I have a question again. Today's session was only 75 minutes, or was it meant to be for 2 hours? Because according to what I saw, it was from 7 to 9. Is that right? So according to me, it should have been from 4:30 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. It's only 10 to 6 now. So
Usually, Mudita, usually a first Sunday is usually about 1 hour and 15 minutes. And what we thought was, because there would be so many more people, we didn't know if people would want to add more things in. We allowed a window, so that somebody wouldn't miss, or have to leave because they planned something right after,
Right.
Yeah.
Even as it was, we weren't able to do our gatherings like we normally would want to do coming back from small group. And that's mostly because it took us over 35 minutes to go through the 4 paths. And that really, to me, ended up being the content. There was so much richness in going through those 4 paths. So powerful. So we did miss that kind of gathering after the small groups, which we would normally have done. So
Could I share could I just share my kind of my synthesis for the gathering itself? I think that I was especially influenced by Katie's presentation of, in a sense, how quickly shared experiences of the sacred has atrophied, right, since the 50s. And at the same time, how durable the trauma receptors or memories or fears are encoded right in our physicality, and those protectors, that wrapping around our DNA. And so as I was putting all that together, my sense of, going forward for myself is this sense that we need to strengthen everything we can, like Katie's program, to have groups about the sacred, right? That's the antidote to the Antichrist. And that we might need to rewrite a couple of the commandments, starting with, we need to fall in love 12 times a day, because that's about how many I can remember, right? We need to fall in love 12 times a day to provide that critical mass in ourselves and with each other to live through this period of the Antichrist's reign. And that we need to be mindful that the trauma is so much more durable, and the shelf life, right? The shelf life of the shared spirituality is short, and the shelf life of trauma reenactment is long. So how can we take the research and the insights and again have that sense of we need to double down on falling in love, and we need to just appreciate the fact that it's going to take longer and we're going to have to work harder to get that shared sense of spirituality and overcome the traumatic inherited ancestral memories. So I thought that things in the conference fit incredibly well together, as it always kind of magically does. But I think the way things held together was just exquisite.
Yes, yes.
So for all of you and all the tech people who made it possible, I just want to say, for these times, you know, you hit a home run.
Yeah.
Roxanne, just what you were talking about reminded me of Rick Hansen. I'm sure many of you have heard of him. He's a neuropsychologist. I just put a book of his in the chat, but you know, he talks about how our evolutionary history, because we needed to protect ourselves from the saber-toothed tiger and remember which plants are poisonous and which plants were edible. You know, we evolutionarily needed to essentially Velcro the bad and Teflon the good. And so now we have to rewire our brains, and so that we Velcro the good and Teflon the bad. And I just feel like, Roxanne, that's so similar to what you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A great analogy between Velcro and Teflon in terms
Well,
of
the thing that Rick Hansen is, he says that, you know, our brains have that plasticity so that we can rewire them. It just takes effort.
Well, even just awareness, connecting the dots.
Well, and I don't even know that you have to be aware, because recently I've been seeing some YouTubes about this gal. They're showing that she had these particular epigenetic expressions that helped her to withstand working in a cotton mill at the age of 9. So she survived to an old person because she had this certain epigenetics that was expressed. So in real time, her genetics took over. And I'm just saying, part of it is what we intend, but also part of it's built into our DNA.
Yeah. So, yes. Thank you, everyone, for coming, for your attention, for your support, for your words of thanks. They will echo and echo and echo, and we're saving the chats. We will be here for next first Sunday, the first Sunday in July. And we are also doing long-term planning. The tech team, our astonishing tech team of dedicated people, is already talking about how we can make next year's gathering even better, even smoother, registration even better. Brian never stops. That will be like Cape Cod, in person as well as virtual. So nobody will be left out. You don't have to fly from Hawaii or India, Mudita. Okay, Hawaii for Roxanne. If you want to, you're welcome. Okay, but or if you happen to be in the neighborhood in St. Louis, you know.
I might need some real hugs by then. That'll mean we've survived another year into the Antichrist. So I might need some real hugs. We'll see.
Okay, real hugs will be delivered in St. Louis. Okay.
So,
Really?
yeah, like everyone, just the dates since you're here, October 29 to November 1st, October 29, November 1st, 2026.
St. Louis.
Might just have a Samhain celebration with that since it's November 1st or, the eve. So, yeah. And a shout out. Thank you, Patty. Patty, who's, coordinated all of this.
Patty and everyone.
Everyone. Oh, I did a lot
I
less than
just
a
saw
lot of others.
Joyce. I just saw Joyce give everyone a virtual hug. Thank you, Joyce.
And Brian, you too.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
God, yes.
Okay, so I have a
And
special
Shelley.
request. I have a special request, and I don't know if this request is for Shelley or Patty or Brian. I don't know who this would go to, but if we could just get a list of the people's maybe names and geographical locations, and I would really like it by time zone.
Types of what?
So that for support, for
So are you looking for a list of attendees with emails and to have them divided into time zones? Is that what I'm hearing?
That be okay?
Letting Brian
I
ask
think
that
the
question.
only thing I would have a question about is privacy, because I'm not sure if we ever said that we would put people in touch with each other. But what we can do is when we send out the letter, it's a good thing you said this now. When we send out the conference results to everybody, what we can say is, Cheryl had this great idea of sharing by region or time zone, sharing contact info. If you would not like to have your contact info, send an email to this address. Otherwise, we're sharing. In other
I
words,
would
we make
do-
it a default.
I think to do the opposite is probably more
Opt
legally.
in instead of opt out.
Yeah, for people to opt in instead of opt out.
Yeah.
Since people
that-
haven't agreed to it yet. But have them opt in saying like, absolutely, I want to be contacted. One thing that we could do is that might help. I don't know, Brian, we can troubleshoot this offline, but at the same time, it might be helpful. We could create like a Google form where people just go in, and they could click on it and say, if you would like to be a part of this, your name, where you are, any contact information you'd like to share. And that way people could have a link to that they could access. It would kind of automate the process for us on the back end.
Which means that also for next year's registration, that statement will already be part of it. So we don't have to do it in retrospect.
Right.
Thank you,
right.
Cheryl.
Good.
Things we wish we knew 6 months ago.
I will tell you that in some of my small group breakout sessions, I shared with the folks that, because I've been doing this since last year's Creation Spirituality Gathering. I was doing it virtually in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and then doing first Sundays since then. So it's been about a year. And I reminded folks that back in September and October, I was freaked out about what might happen in November that ended up happening in November. And I made a special request to you all. Could we please meet twice a month instead of once a month? I really need it. And bless your hearts, you did, because it's a lot of work to put it on. That was so great. So I'm just thinking, how could, if we want to meet twice a month, we do it, by time zone the second time. I don't know. I'm just having some thoughts of how we can continue and grow and expand.
Sure, Cheryl, you could even oversee that second cadre.
Thinking about that, Carolyn. I'm thinking about that.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, well, I want to take a minute. And I know Patty from way back. We go further back than Patty and I want to admit we've been alive, right, Patty?
Right.
Okay. And at one point I lived in Northern Virginia, but this, excuse me, this enabled me to connect with a number of people that I haven't seen. However, there is one person I want to bullet hole at this moment. Mel, do you still have a telephone number with the last 4 digits of 0555?
Well, I do, but I did put in the chat a better one. 510.
Hang on a second.
It's in the chat.
It's in the chat.
It's in the chat.
Yeah.
Well, I'm having trouble with my brand new machine.
Oh, okay.
Which is why I apologize. Okay, go ahead.
510.
Yeah.
593.
593.
7094.
7094.
That's my cell phone.
And I think it's also fair to say that almost all of us regard Mel as our grandparent in this tradition, that Mel has influenced directly and indirectly so many people, that he has really he's held the heart of all of this, that Matt might have held the head, but Mel has been the heart behind. I mean, he's always encouraging. You're on mute, Carolyn, you can talk next. But thank you, Mel. Please hear that you've always held the heart of all of us. And so you have made us feel seen. Thank you so much.
Yes.
So
Mel-
Roxanne's talking about you holding the heart, which is the fourth chakra. But for me, you're holding up the basement, the foundation, the first chakra. And that's for me where I see you, in the basement of our organization. You're the one moving the chairs around and setting the space up for us spiritually. So I think you're big enough to accompany several chakras, huh?
Yeah. Yes, Mel, thank you so much. Yeah. So.
I need to
Well,
go in.
I'll tell you,
Yeah. Okay.
it has been my joy in life to be a part of this, because of all the people, all the extraordinary people I've been able to come to know, and so capable and deep-hearted and committed, and so it's been a thrill for me. And anyway, so thank all of you.
I also remember that certainly the gay, lesbian, trans community is under attack. In June in the United States is Pride Month. So please support the people of sexual minority community. They need your support. They are
Indeed.
scared.
Yes. Yeah. And they shouldn't be.
It's the date of Mr. Trump's birthday.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh.
His birthday is
why it's
Flag
scary.
Day.
Oh. Hmm.
Oh, dear.
That's okay. We just need to double it down and fall in love.
Well, that's
I
like
see.
having that big military parade, right? To celebrate his birthday.
Yep. I saw what Mel put in the chat about June 14th, and I know that there is stuff planned at the same time that the horrible parade in DC is going on. What is the event? Can you tell us more, Mel?
It's the president's birthday.
Well, you know, they're all over the country, and if you let's see, I don't know if I could find.
I think
If I could.
Yeah.
is it not called something like
Indivisible, at least here in Hawaii, Indivisible is kind of coordinating a lot of these things.
Okay.
I think a lot of
So there will be an alternative to the parade. There will be other ways to resist.
Yeah.
I think a lot of
Okay.
people are using the term "No King Day."
Mhm.
No King Day. I like
That's
that.
There you go.
But I would urge some caution. There's been some speculation online that the other side, shall we say, might be planting some violence in these celebrations.
Jeez.
They can point
Jeez.
to.
I wouldn't take.
So simply be cautious, take care for your own safety.
Thanks,
Yeah.
everyone. I need to go.
Okay.
It's been a blessing
Thank
to
you,
be
hon.
with you.
Yeah. Blessings to
you.
all of you.
Great
Thank
job.
you.
Great job.
Bye.
Talk about
Brian,
it.
I have
Love
to tell
you.
you that I mean, I hate to admit this out loud, but Missouri has never been on my bucket list. But if I were to be able to see you and Charlie in person, I would consider that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just saying.
Gathering next year will probably, there's a good chance we'll be there. It's a lot closer for us, so it's a shorter drive. We can just drive up.
It's in
That
the
is-
same state, Cheryl.
State for
Yeah.
God's sake.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Same state.
There's
It's still like
50
100.
states, we put it in your state.
We have some good news in Florida. Florida's probably the most like Trump than any other state in the nation.
Oh.
But on
You haven't been to
Saturday-
Arizona, have you?
And Saturday, we're having a gay pride event, and they're even talking about having some drag shows. And at our church on Sunday, we're celebrating Stonewall and the LGBTQ community, and everybody's supposed to get extra dressed up for the event. So there are things happening, and here in Florida, there's a nonpartisan group called Floridians for Democracy, trying to save the religion and freedom of speech and all of the First Amendment rights and all of the civil rights. So there are good things happening, even here in Florida. So
Wow.
I guess I would say there's hope, and a lot of it's generated by people like you who are inspired through their connection with the divine to bring heaven on earth and to get away from the Antichrist. So I appreciate this. Is my first time connecting with all of you, and I really appreciate this relationship. It's been very inspirational to know there's so many people who are on the same wavelengths.
Yes.
So
Yes.
blessing to all of you and peace on earth.
Yes.
Joyce, what
Thank you,
church are you
Joyce.
attending in Florida?
I'll go home.
Joyce, what church are you attending in Florida?
All Faith Unitarian Congregation in Fort Myers, Florida. And I noticed this lady, white light, behind her was this beautiful artwork with symbols of all of the faiths of the universe. And that kind of symbolizes us. We embrace all faiths, and we have all of those symbols bringing all of the good messages from all the faiths of the world. I was real happy to see that behind her, and she was the founder of your group.
Right, that's
Well, the
right.
founder of this particular service.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Very
Thank you.
inspirational. I'm so grateful to
Good
all you
luck.
beautiful people.
They don't want to go.
Yeah,
I
no,
look
that's
forward to joining your Sunday groups.
Yes,
Wonderful,
please
yeah.
do. Please do.
You'll get an
Joyce.
invitation.
Okay.
And who knows, if we got a lot better attendance, we might go to twice a month, especially if we had Cheryl helping.
Okay, well, let me just tell you that this morning I was on a walk and some song popped into my head, and it goes like this. The moon loves you just as much as I do. The oceans remember your name. The stars delight to see you tonight, and the forest is glad that you came.
Yeah.
You
That's a
had that.
beautiful-
It was an earworm, right?
Yes.
You know, the way that I hear it, it's in Patty McGrath's voice, and she is from the other side of the country as me, and so she pronounces the word forest completely differently than we do, and it just gives me a little giggle
Yes.
inside every time.
That song was featured by Roxanne Schuler, who sang on Friday night, who sang with Mel's presentation. Roxanne is a singer, and she has every second Tuesday of the month, there's a sing-along. And you will get links to that as well when you go into Creation Spirituality Communities, that you can join the sing-along every Tuesday. I think it's at 7 or 7:30. I can't remember.
I don't know.
But it's the second Tuesday. And her name is Roxanne Schuler. And she does the music of many, 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 many musicians. Many. So she was able to sing with us live on Friday night and couldn't do it on Saturday because she was appearing at a gig. She was singing at a gig. So, but she's just a wonderful singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm checking out. Good night,
Okay.
everyone.
All
Thank
right.
you
Good
all
night,
for being
Lori.
here.
Hun.
Lori.
Good night.
Night.
Okay. Maybe Bob and Shelley, the tech team, could stay on. And Brian, can you stay on a bit so
Yeah.
we can
Yep.
just good night, Barbara, dear.
Well, Charlotte, we missed you.
Oh, good night, Cheryl, honey.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
See you.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night, Charlotte.
Thank you.
Take care. Anne Marie, bless you. And Margaret, I'm sorry. And Margaret,
All
thank
right.
you so much for joining, dear.
I
Well,
love your
it's
hat.
been a highlight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I
Yeah,
hope you
so
join next
Charlotte-
Sunday.
Charlotte, I think you showed up kind of late, huh? You're on mute.
Oh, enough.
We can't hear you, Charlotte. You're on mute.
You're still on mute, and we can't read lips.
The lower left
Go
corner of your
slower
screen.
and go closer with your mouth to the camera.
No, Charlotte, if you look at the lower left corner of your screen, there's a microphone with a slash through it. Just click that. It says audio. Don't know.
Bummer. Well, she's looking for that. Anne, do you go by Anne Margaret or Anne? Because I know I had you in a group and I called you Anne Margaret at one point and I called you Anne and I just sort of went both ways with it.
And Anne is okay.
Okay, wonderful.
There you go, Charlotte. You're unmuted now.
Ah,
If you want St. Anne's, right?
Of all
I
the
didn't
things,
catch that.
of all the things
I'm
I've
only
lost,
kidding, but
I
I
miss my
have
mind
this
the
little place
most.
called St. Anne.
Hang on,
Oh,
folks.
hang on. We got
I'm
two people
as a
talking
second
right now.
time as someone else. So sorry.
That's all right. Go ahead, Anne. Why don't you finish up what you want to say? We do want to hear from Charlotte because we haven't heard from her yet.
Anne?
I'm trying to find the control and I can't.
No, you're doing fine. Just speak. We can hear you. If there's something else you wanted to say.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
hear you
can.
just fine. You were talking at the same time as Charlotte, and we can only hear one person at a time. So it was a little
The
tough for
more
us.
we get together, the more we get together, the better we'll be.
Well, that reminds me of Charlotte because we used to sing those songs together in our family. So Charlotte, you came in a little bit late, I think, yeah?
Gee, you noticed?
Yeah, well, I just was trying to figure out how you're doing and hear from you.
Well, I apologize that I'm not, as I tried to say, of all the things I've lost, I miss my mind the most. And I didn't really realize it. I need to keep track of, okay, what hours do I need to be online? Not in whatever time I'm in now, central, not east, but west. Anyway, I apologize, but it's nice to see you. And
yeah, put it on your calendar because it's always going to be
on the calendar.
It's always going to be 6 o'clock. Always
It's on the calendar, Carolyn. It requires me to look at the calendar.
That's
which
true, and I
requires
have
me
that
to
problem myself.
Remember the calendar, and I can't fall asleep and take a nap.
And Patty, I'd like to ask a question. If people who haven't attended this conference want to hear parts of what I think would be wonderful for them to hear, how could they get access to that?
You will receive a copy of each segment that was recorded, like Friday, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, and then tonight. And then you're free to share them with anybody you want. Okay?
Oh, thank you.
Okay. And it's going to take a while, a week or so at least, to edit the recordings because Brian is picky about stuff. And sometimes we didn't turn off record soon enough, and there's all kinds of other stuff at the end of the recording. Anyway, that happens.